One of the biggest roadblocks I hear from golfers when it comes to fitness training for their golf game is a lack of time. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you a super quick routine you can do from home to up your strength levels for both on and off the golf course. Let's get stuck in. So all we need for this strength routine is your own body weight and some kind of elevated surface. So for the video, I've got a bench, but if you're doing this from home, a sofa, a bed, a coffee table will do much the same thing. So we're going to be doing two exercises, one upper body strength and one lower body strength. And we're going to be supersetting them. So we're going to be going straight from the upper body strength exercise into the lower body strength exercise. So first up, we have push-ups. Now, I'm going to be demonstrating these with my hands elevated, which is just going to make the movement a little bit easier. So as I elevate my hands, that's going to reduce the percentage of body weight that I have to push. So hands under shoulders. I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes a little bit, nice and long from head to toe. And then I'm going to lower my body as one whole unit down, tap the chest to the bench, and then pushing back up. So nice and controlled here. The body is moving as one long line, and then I'm driving back up. Now, as I'm doing this, my elbows are working at around 45 degrees. So in this bottom position here, I'm making more of an arrow shape and I'm not flaring them out into a T shape too much. So elbows work into an arrow shape, body moves as one long line. I'm not dipping down like this through the hips. I'm not just working through the kind of upper part of my trunk. My whole body is lowering, tapping the chest to the elevated surface and then pushing back up. So you're going to do 10 repetitions of the push-ups, and then you're going to come into some rear foot elevated split squats. So this is going to be our lower body strength exercise. So back foot is going to be on the edge of the box or the bench. Normally, I like to go in this position. You can do it that way if it feels more comfortable, but generally, my preference would be for this position through the back foot. I'm going to use a wall to hold on to, which can be nice just for a little bit of assistance when you first start out. And from here, nice kind of straight line through this front foot. So front foot, ankle, knee and hip. And I'm going to lower down and then driving back up. So this back knee is working down towards the floor. Staying nice and neutral through the trunk here. So I can lean forward a little bit, but I want to feel like I stay nice and tall. And then driving through this front leg. So I'm going to work through 10 on one side, trying to work through your maximum range of motion, really keeping some good control and alignment. And then once you've done 10, you're going to swap over and do 10 on the other side. So nice and controlled here, keeping that pressure down through the front leg, and the rear foot is elevated just for a little bit of support, but primarily you're going to be working this front leg. Now, what you don't want to do is get too narrow through the stance, because then you've kind of got nowhere to go. You're probably going to start seeing a lot of leaning through the upper body. At the same time, you don't want to go too extreme either, because that's going to put a fair bit of a stretch through that rear quad. So find a stance width that works well for you, that enables you to go down through full range of motion in a comfortable fashion. Right, we'll run through kind of that again. So push-ups, we're going to do 10 push-ups, elevated in this example, and then I'll talk through how you can kind of make that a little bit more difficult. So hands under shoulders, body moves as one long unit, chest taps to the bench, keeping that nice straight line through the entire body, elbows tracking at kind of that arrow shape. I've got a couple more, and then because we're supersetting it, we come straight from that into our rear foot elevated split squats. So back foot onto the bench, keeping that good alignment through that front leg, working down through that full range of motion, keeping tall through the trunk, but we can lean forward slightly. And then 10 on the other side. So again, really feeling this in that front quad, front glute, using a stance width that feels good for you, that enables you to move properly and through a full range of motion. Got a couple more. And that's how we'd work through that. So that would be one round, we'd rest as needed, and then we'd go again. 5 minutes, should easily be able to get 2 or 3 rounds in, and that's going to work a lot of upper body strength, some core control, some lower body strength, some lower body stability, and actually some lower body mobility as well. So a lot of bang for your buck there in just a few minutes from home. Now, we can scale that relative to where you're at. So on the push-ups, for example, the higher the elevation, the easier the exercise is going to be. Obviously, if elevated push-ups are too easy for you, do a couple of sets of 10 from the floor. If 10 reps of floor push-ups are still too easy, then alter the tempo, add some pauses at the bottom, or even go and get a loaded backpack, put it on, make yourself a little bit heavier, make those 10 reps tougher. So I love push-ups. I use them with loads of my golfers. I use them myself all the time, and they're very easy to scale to where you're currently at. On the rear foot elevated split squats, again, obviously I was demonstrating holding on. You can go to freestanding once you're comfortable with that version. And again, if you want to start to add load, using something like a rucksack, holding it in that position, so kind of like in the goblet position, is going to create a little bit of extra overload, going to make the motion a little bit harder. And again, you can use tempo. So you could go down a bit slower, add some pauses at the bottom. So you can scale those two exercises to where you're at, but pairing them together, 10 reps of each, working through 2 or 3 rounds, you're going to get a very good workout and lots of bang for your buck in just 5 minutes. And there we have it. Strength training for golf does not need to be overly time consuming or overly complicated. If you're new to it, just doing that routine 2 or 3 times a week, and you will start to see some benefits through that lower body, through that upper body in terms of strength. Now, if you want a slightly more complete Getting Golf Fit from Home program, then check out the pinned comments for my free ebook, and make sure you also check out my Golf Fitness app. It has absolutely loads of stuff that you can do from home to improve your fitness both on and off the golf course. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And if there's any future golf fitness topics you want me to cover on the channel, let me know in the comments below.